I feel like I'm going through something truly incredible. And it's really weird because it's as if it's just been unraveling over the past year or so. And it's been just over a year, in fact. And I've come to realize now that, look, I'm sorry, I'm lost for words. The reason is I picked up my phone and I've just started filming as soon as I've started going through this. And I have so many thoughts going through my head. But what I was gonna say is, I really do think when you put your life and your trust in God's hands, truly incredible things happen. And really it's just when everything starts becoming clear, and you just have to have patience and perseverance. And with time, truly, everything becomes clear and it just all starts making sense. So, it all started really, I would say, in September of 2022, when there was a rise of self-help on YouTube and the internet as a whole. And I was seeing many videos on YouTube in particular about, making money online and so on. And like many people, I ended up buying a course. Now, I joined the course, and I will say it was more than a course because there was live group coaching calls, and overall, it was very good. Except the thing is, the person selling it said, and this person is a large figure who didn't sell it to me directly. I bought it after an event, as did many people. I'm pretty sure he mentioned the average time to sign your first client was 22 days. And, it all sounded wonderful. It sounded like the path would be lined with daisies and spanned by a rainbow, but that wasn't really the truth. And in essence, I ended up working on that business for a year, and in the first 10 months, I did just over 10,000 outreach. I think the exact figure is 10,835, although I'm not certain. Then, the following month, which was November, I did another 10,000 outreach. I did the same amount of outreach in November as I had done the previous 10 months altogether. Now, the previous month, at the end of October, I did sign my first few clients. And this was actually after I had been referred to a mentorship program from a person, or by a person, from the original course I bought earlier, which came with the community. And the person referred me to this new mentor with group coaching, with live calls. And I have to say, the experience wasn't the best in the world. They promoted this kind of caveman see, caveman do kind of thing, where you spend your whole day working and You do not utilize leverage. No leverage in your life. You don't take rests. You don't go to the gym because work is more important. You don't spend time with your family or your friends. You just work. And you cold call all day. Now, this kind of outlook or behavior or approach, if you will, as I just mentioned, did get me my first few clients. However, the money from those first few clients went back into the mentorship, and then I struggled to get results for my clients, and I struggled to acquire more new clients because the market was terrible and the prospective clients had terrible objections and a terrible mindset, having come out of a terrible year. Now, fast forward a few months, to the beginning of this year, left that mentorship circle, and I left it at the end of last year, 2023. And a month or two into this year, 2024, I actually started working with the person who originally referred me to that mentorship group and started being mentored by him. And that's when things started to get really interesting, because he asked me, Fabian, yes, you're doing this agency and so on, and I thought it would be great to work with him because he had done the same thing before. He had worked in the same niche. He had actually started the same business and ran the same business and scaled the same business. And that's why I thought it would be great to work with him, because he will be able to tell me what to do, I thought. And to my surprise, when I started working with him, he said, Fabian, that's cool now, but what do you actually like doing? What are you actually good at? How can you actually be of value to people? And I told him, well, the place where I've got the most experience is health and fitness, because I've been going to the gym for a few years, since I was 15. And I've been working on my physique, being conscious of my health for a long time. And I like becoming the best version of myself. And I also like giving people advice and helping people. And he said, well, why don't you just focus on that? And that's honestly a time when I didn't think about it too much. I considered it, and I was actually happy to hear it and happy to consider it, because of the fact that what I was doing before, or still at the time, was something I hated. I was just doing extremely repetitive, unfulfilling work. And when he mentioned this, I was happy to consider it, and I did consider it, and I did start working on it just a little bit, just not full time. I still was working on the other business. And I think it was 2 or 3 weeks later where, after quite a few things seemed to give me signs, I decided to step back from the business completely to focus on what I was good at and what I could provide value in, and to focus on my natural abilities. And the reason I did this was because my mentor told me this, that if he was me, honestly, Fabian, he said, I would just take the next few days, the rest of the week, to reflect, meditate, think about the way your life is going, and I would just drop the agency. I would just start focusing on your natural abilities. And when he told me this, I really, really strongly considered it. I really wanted to do it, but I didn't want to just drop the previous business. even though I wasn't bringing in recurring revenue. So that same day, I actually told my father this, that my mentor told me this. And he actually told me he was thinking the exact same thing at work, and he wanted to tell me this. Then I heard the fable of the animal school in the seven habits of highly effective people, and I was very curious and interested because it explained how everyone is different and you should focus on your own natural abilities, and how ironic it is not to, and to do what other people are doing, and to just do the same thing. Then I watched a documentary by Leonardo da Vinci, which really, really inspired me because when he was a kid, when he was young, it said, his parents never forced him to focus on a certain task. They let his mind wander. They let him just go around and discover, explore, and go through self-discovery. And I think that's one of the main reasons, if not the reason, no, let's say one of the main reasons why he became such an accomplished and incredible human being, being an engineer, a botanist, an architect, an artist, I think I already said artist, a mathematician, an inventor, just a general polymath who did incredible things. Then I also came across a video which was essentially one of my first videos back on YouTube because I cut everything off for a while. And it was a YouTuber talking about the exact same thing, how to really be able to operate and achieve on high level, you need to tap into your natural abilities and align yourself with them. Now, I ordered this book because it came alongside or with Thinking Fast and Slow, which I have back there. And I had no idea what this book was actually about. I could see that it said it was about motivation, but I hadn't really heard of it. Yet opening the book now and reading it, and I'm most of the way done now. It speaks of intrinsic motivation compared to extrinsic motivation, and getting into a flow state to achieve mastery and pursue your purpose. Literally the thing I've just been discovering lately. And it speaks about how people who are driven by extrinsic motivations such as rewards to be rich, be wealthy, give up far more easily, are far less fulfilled, and produce work that isn't as high of a level as people who are intrinsically motivated by their own purpose and by goals such as learning rather than performance goals. And just a couple of days ago, if not yesterday, I listened to the preview of Mastery by Robert Greene on Spotify because Spotify now has audiobooks. And lo and behold, it was about the beginning. I heard Leonardo da Vinci and achieving mastery and finding your true calling and becoming the best version of yourself. Exactly what my brand Be Mega is about. Becoming the best version of yourself. Everything has been leading me towards this. And today I had a crazy realization that I think I've just discovered my purpose. I wrote this down And my purpose is to help people find their purpose, align their values to be of value to the world, and enter a flow state to achieve mastery. I'm going to leave it there for today because I still have plenty of discovering to do, plenty of learning, plenty of planning, plenty of action to be taken. And I need to digest this, honestly. So, thank you for listening to this today. And I will likely be making a follow-up video on this. Be mega. Thanks for being with me.